sold out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Philadelphia Eagles. Why are the Philadelphia Eagles 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all? Anybody at all going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening? Or anybody spends any time at all watching any of the replay of this once? Thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. I usually try to shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Sometimes it goes a lot longer. I've had a couple of this week go about 50 minutes. So, but anybody have anything to say? Just feel free, fire away, put it in the chat box. Usually I check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So pretty much anything gets put in there, I see, I respond to. So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, in the top link in the description box, if anybody wants to help support my channel, it would absolutely mean the world to me. You click on the link, it takes you to my membership page. There's 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon, the second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third one's called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them and everything. There's loyalty badges, which are different helmets. The older the New York Giants helmet is, the older the logo is, and all that means the longer you've been a supporter of my channel. There's also 4 emojis. Eventually, I will be coming out with a 5th emoji, but I had somebody make them up on Fiverr. They're pretty cool. You can use them, I guess, like in a chat box, or if you make a comment or something like that, you can use the emojis. And I said, they're pretty cool. I get a kick out of it every time I look at them. So once again, the top link in the description box, if you want to help support my channel, it would mean the world to me. So then also, if you're not a subscriber of the channel, please click that subscribe button below, hit the bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out or whatever, you'll be notified. That's free of charge. All right. And then finally, in the description box too, there's 3 links. Okay, just a little ways down. The 3 links all have to deal with Facebook. The first link is it's called really original here. It's called the Gridiron. It's a group. The New York Giants, the Gridiron, the group. Right now, there's over 1,800 members. Okay, and I try to put like about at least 5 things or so in there every day, if not more. I try every day. I one of the things that's, where are we at? Between putting out a video and all that, it's probably like 2-3 hours a day, right? Between putting stuff in the group, making the YouTube video, by the Giants, and then also I got a page that I work on. So it's I put in some time every day, right? So I said there's like usually at least 5 or so things that I post in the group every day, if not more. And then the thing about the group is that if you become a member, you can post stuff as well too. So I mean, it's not I posting stuff every day, but some of the members are posting stuff as well too. Okay. So as I said, so just click on that link and become a member. And then finally, also just below there's 2 links below that for the group. I got 2 pages, right? One of them, as of right now, okay, I'm not that involved with. It's this day in Giants history. I will be more involved with that in the future going forward. But right now, between the YouTube channel, the group, and the one page, there's another page there that says the New York Giants, the Gridiron. Okay. There's a link for that. That's a page too. Between that stuff, I just spent a lot of time. But eventually, this day in New York Giants history, I'm going to start spending more time on that too every day. All right. But there's a link, I said the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's a page. Okay. Same thing here. Right now, it's 329 people who like it, 908 people following it. I tell you what, I'm getting like 20, 30 people following every day. It's really seemed to be taking off really, really well. I'm really, really happy with it. So please click on that link, like it, and become a follower too. And also, it's the same thing. It kind of like I try to put like 5 different things in there every day. All right. Keep it fresh, right? Keep it, and pretty much what I don't do. Okay. Whatever I put in the group and the page, okay, I kind of keep them separate. I usually don't post the same thing in the group that I do on the page. So usually it's different stuff. Okay. But I said, but please click on that. Right. Like it, become a follower, and with the group, New York Giants Gridiron group, become a member. Right. It's free of charge, and you won't be disappointed. Money back guaranteed. All right. So all of that stuff out of the way. Let's get on. Let's get it on. 13th. This is the 13th game. Week 14, 13 games. It's unbelievable, guys. After tomorrow's over with, whatever, 4 o'clock. By 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we'll only have 4 games left in the regular season. Even if the Giants lose tomorrow, they're certainly not out of the playoffs by any stretch of imagination, okay? But it just seemed like almost yesterday I was just sitting here talking about, I'll tell you what, boy. Man, it's a heck of a way to start the season. Giants going to Tennessee. Man, they're going to be able to control Derrick Henry, all that stuff. Man, week 1, man, here we go, baby. And here it is, just like blink your eye and we're on week 14. Holy crap. 4 games left after tomorrow. Unbelievable. But, and of course, 2 of them against the Eagles, right? So we got 5 games, right? 2 against the Eagles, 1 against the Commanders. They ain't no joke. And this week, the Commanders are resting up, okay, licking their chops, waiting for the Giants to come back down to Washington next Sunday night, okay, where the Giants, I think, haven't won a nighttime game, I think, in 38 or 39 years. It's been a while. So anytime you hear nighttime and Giants together, that's usually not a good formula. But that's why you play the games. But, we got to play the Vikings. Okay, then we have to play the Colts. Okay, so hopefully, if the Giants have any cojones to them, okay, right, and then a little pride to them and all of that, they'll do with the Colts what they didn't. Hopefully, what they didn't with the Lions. Okay, right. I mean, have a weaker opponent come in and just basically kick the crap out of you. Right. Well, hopefully against the Colts, they'll come out with the W, right? So that'll give them, hopefully. I mean, obviously, you can't pencil nothing in, but hopefully they'll give maybe the Giants 8 wins. They got to get between the 2 against the Eagles, right? The Commanders and the Vikings on the road. Okay. They got to get it. They got to find at least 1 more. Not going to be easy. That's why I think if they lose here to the Eagles, hopefully not. I despise the Eagles. Hate the Eagles. The Eagles are my number 1 enemy. Can't stand them. Right. I was one of the few people in America who was not a New England Patriot fan. All right. Take it. If you're a New England Patriot fan, all right, you're not included in my conversation right here. I'm taking you. All right. You're out of conversation. Right? I was one of the few people in America who actually, when the Patriots and the Eagles played each other, I was pulling for Tom Brady. I wanted to watch him win his 387th Super Bowl or something. I forgot what it was. You lose count after a while. I just despise the Eagles. Absolutely can't stand them. But I mean, if the Giants lose tomorrow, I mean, the Eagles are a very good team. I mean, you look across the board. But I'll tell you what, there ain't many weaknesses. Okay, I've said this. If I had a penny for every time I've said this, everybody in America could retire. A penny, right? The Eagles, their injuries, they're really non-existent. I'm going to go over this in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're going to show you how. All right. How unbelievably minute the Eagles' injuries are, okay? Unlike the Giants. But, I mean, even besides that, I mean, you got to give the Eagles a lot of credit. all across the board. I mean, solid defense. Right, the front. I mean, the front. I mean, they got Linval Joseph in there and Ndamukong Suh. These guys are backups. Are you kidding me? Huh? You know, they got a bunch of guys that they keep rotating in there on that front four, who can. They're going to get 42 sacks, I believe it is. They're second in the league behind the Cowboys. Okay, you know, so the one weakness on defense would be possibly the run. The run defense, okay, which is good for the Giants and kind of maybe bad for the Giants because the Giants may not have Saquon in there. Okay, but I mean, all in all, I mean the Eagles they're just really good, okay. And what they have on each side of the ball, they got 2, and they got 2. Okay, let me explain this here in a minute. When you're on offense, okay, and you can have a superstar like wide receiver, you know what I mean? What the other teams can do, okay, is put maybe if they got a real good cornerback, you know, they put their really good cornerback. And there's not a boatload of really good cornerbacks out there who can maybe shut somebody down, okay, but there's some. So, I mean, they can either, you know, put their really good cornerback on your really good receiver, may not shut your receiver down, but, you know, limit him to some bit. And then maybe, you know, if you have a really good cornerback and you put it on their good wide receiver, you know, you may not have to put a guy over the top or this or that. You know, I mean, you just one-on-one, you know, the receiver will get his catches, some catches, you know, but you kind of limit him. You know, he won't like destroy your game, right? If you got 2 wide receivers, pick your poison kind of thing there, kind of going on. Because a lot of teams don't kind of have 2 good cornerbacks, okay? You know, that can either, you know, shut down both wide receivers. Okay, well, so the Eagles went out. They got 2 and 2. I'm going to go over this here. But they had DeVonta Smith. Okay, it's a good wide receiver, right? Good, very good, very, very good. Okay, there's a chance he would have been a Giant, but you know, it is what it is. But they went out and got themselves AJ Brown, right? Now they got two wide receivers. Okay, so it's kind of like you pick your poison, right? I mean, you know, if you say you got a good cornerback and you put him on AJ Brown to try to shut him down, right? Then maybe if you have to, you can maybe give somebody on the other side of the field maybe help against DeVonta Smith, maybe to, you know, to double him somehow, or, you know, one guy low, one guy high on him, or however they want to do it. But then that kind of leaves, you know, room for maybe somebody else to get open, right? So, I mean, you'll notice like a lot of teams, you know, that are really doing good in the passing game. Okay, they got themselves a couple good wide receivers. Okay, I mean. Like, you know, look what Tua's doing, right? I mean, the first couple of years is still kind of scratching your head. Is he the guy? I don't know. I mean, you know, and they got Waddle out there and Hill. Woo, huh? DeVonta Smith and Brown. Both of them have 61 receptions. The Giants' highest is Darius Slayton, receiver. Okay, now, obviously, if Sterling Shepard was in there, maybe Wan'Dale Robinson was in there. Of course, these guys are hurt, of course, shocking. They would have more than 33, what Slayton has, okay? But Slayton is our leading wide receiver with 33. They got 2 guys that have almost as double the amount that our number 1 guy has. 2 guys. And then mix that up with the fact that their tight end, Dallas Goedert, okay, is hurt. Okay, so I'm saying, so also they got the 2 wide receivers and then they got the tight end too. So while the cornerbacks and safeties are all worried about maybe DeVonta Smith and Brown, then you got Goddard out there with maybe a little more open room because the cornerbacks and safeties are worried about the wide receivers. Okay, but Goddard has 45 or 46. He's missed the past 3 games. Okay. He's like one of the only guy like on the whole team that's pretty much injured. All right. But if he played all 12 of the games, because they're 11-1, he would have almost 60 receptions too. So they would have like 3 guys on the roster, if they were all healthy, of course, played all 12 games. They would have like probably 3 guys on the roster would have 60 catches. The Giants have Saquon's got 40, but of course, then again, he may not play tomorrow. But I mean, the Giants' leading receiver, tight end / receiver, is Darius Slayton with 33, and they might almost have 3 guys with 60 receptions. All right, so they got that's the 2 on the offense, and then couple that up with the very good offensive line they got, very good. Okay, then we mix that in, of course, with Jalen Hurts. I mean, he was okay last year, but did he take so much of a huge leap this year? Because last year they had some injuries. They didn't have they had Goddard and they had Smith, but they didn't have Brown, right? I mean, you add somebody like that into the mixture there on offense, and things start opening up big time. Okay, the guy's really good. I mean, he was making some silly catches last week against the Titans. It was against his own team, his former team, so he had a motive there to make some catches. But he was just making catches. It was just silly, okay. But I mean, they got that offensive line, and Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback, very mobile. He's like Lamar Jackson-ish. You got to take note of him on every play. Quite a few times last year, he basically faked the handoff. It got maybe get the flow going one way, fake the handoff, and just run up in the line of scrimmage and pick up 10, 15, 20 yards. So, that's one of the things. They got Sanders, who's a very good running back. Okay, doesn't catch a boatload of passes, but he's a very good running back. As I said, and then you got Hurts. I mean, so their running game is very good. I said their offensive line is very, very good. I'm going to go over that more in a little bit. Okay. So, I mean, their offense is just very, very good. So they got the 2 on the offense. Then what they did was this year they got the 2 on the defense, okay? They got and we would have the 2 on defense if it wasn't for Dave Gettleman, okay, and I don't know. I don't know what he's smoking when he was signing those checks. We get Dave, we're going to get Golladay in here, too. Yeah, we can afford this. Yeah, we won't have any money in 2022, but who cares? I don't know what he's smoking. But we would have 3. We would have our 2 cornerbacks. We'd have Adoree Jackson and Bradbury. Okay, but the Eagles picked up Bradbury, so they got Slay and they got Bradbury. Slay is very, very good. Okay, I'm not saying he's Deion Sanders, but he's very, very good. Okay, then you couple that up with Bradbury. All right. So Bradbury has had a very good season. I think a lot also because he's maybe not been. In charge of maybe covering the number 1 receiver, maybe on the other team. Okay, maybe he's in charge of like maybe the number 2 or so, right? So I mean, he's done very well. They've got some interceptions. Okay, and I say Slay is very, very good at shutting or controlling the number 1 wide receiver on the other team. Daniel, we're gonna have a hard time trying to get some of these guys open. Okay, we need a lot of. I mean, the Eagles with their pass rush, they're going to get to Daniel Jones. They're going to sack him. Oh yeah. We can't have any interceptions. I know, easier said than done. The pressure when he gets hit, he can't fumble the ball. Eagles can't recover a Daniel Jones fumble at our own 12-yard line, right? Give him a short field. We got to make him march the length of the field. But I mean, the Eagles went out and they got themselves a second cornerback. I'm sorry. But of course, that was, they had to wait for us to release Bradbury. But I mean, they got the 2 on defense, the 2 corners, which is huge. Yeah, huge. Really, really huge. To go along with that defensive front they have. Then on their offense, they got the 2 wide receivers, right, to go with their offensive line, which is really, really good. Oh, my God, they're good. But you look at a lot like Geno Smith, okay? Look what he's doing down in Seattle. Well, he's got two guys. He's got Metcalf and Lockett. All right, really, really good. I mean, he got Higgins, I think, and Chase. In Cincinnati, the Bengals are starting to come on. They're starting to get things rolling. Right? That was a good game last week. The Chiefs and the Bengals, really good game. That we're looking like a playoff game there. But I mean, like with the Bills, okay, good receivers. right? I said Seattle, the Eagles. The Eagles don't have a boatload of passing because they got a good running game. Okay. But I mean, you look at a lot of teams, with good passing games, a lot of them have two good wide receivers. Right. The Giants had a couple good wide receivers, but none of them can stay on the field. So, I mean, that's something the Giants are certainly going to have to look forward to maybe next year. Now, as I said, once again, is Odell Beckham ever come back? Who knows? Are we ever going to sign Sterling Shepard? Who knows? We're going to let Darius Slayton go? Who knows? But I mean, I think if we wind up, if after this year's over, we have Bellinger and we have Wando Robinson, we got a good foundation. Okay, we need more. We need more. So look for the Giants, obviously, in the first, second, or third round next year to get another wide receiver without question. Maybe double dip, maybe one in the third round and maybe one later on. Who knows? Okay, but we're going to have to start adding to that. But I mean, especially with the way Kapka and Daboll can call plays and stuff like that, we need talent on the field. Okay, we got to get a wide receiver. As I said, that's one thing the Eagles have. Right now, if I go over here, check this out. All right. The Eagles, they're talking about the injuries. I mean, this is it's unbelievable. I mean, the Giants, I was counting this. 46 guys we've had on the injury list, okay? 46, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 46 guys. The guys have had either during this year or like Ricky Seals-Jones, okay, who's like on the IR, I believe before the season even started. Something like if you're on the IR or you've been, like Saquon got added this week. Saquon was not at all anywhere along the line. Okay, this week he's questionable, okay, for the first time. But the Giants have had 46 guys. Now, so this is the 13th game, right? So we got 4 more games left, all right? If the Giants were to add 7 more different players, I hope to God not, but if they were to add 7 more different players, right, in the final 4 games, right, the Giants would basically have an entire team, 53-man, right, on the injury list throughout the season. But we're 46 guys, right? Now let's go to the Eagles. Right, and this is the Eagles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Giants have 46 different guys listed on the injury report. Eagles have 21. Eagles have less than half what the Giants do. Giants have 25 more guys. 25. Half a football team more in injuries than the Eagles do. Listed injuries. Half a football team more. Or almost half a football team would be 26 and a half. They got 25 more guys. I mean, it's tough. All right. Then, I mean, just to go show you another one of the problems the Giants have here, which is right. All right, let me go over to where's the start lineup here? Oh, wait. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Players, rosters, and players here. Okay. All right, and then we got the Giants. All right, so let me just go over to the Giants. One of the things the Giants have, one of the problems the Giants have, okay, obviously, is, you need the guys. It's so important on the offensive line to play together, okay, to gel together. It's tough to take 5 guys, throw them out there who've never played with one another, for the most part, for any length of time, and just say, all right, guys, go win us a football game, especially if the talent on your offense is not there, okay? The Giants have had, right, throughout the course of the season, we've had 10 different guys, for I'm counting here, okay, start, not so much play. Because I believe like Matt Peart's played. We've had different guys come in and out, but we've had 10 different guys start. Okay, let's see. Jack Anderson is one. Let's see here. Joshua Zudu, Feliciano, Nick Gates, Mark Lewinsky, Let's see. I know there's one. Oh, Shane Lemieux. Let's see. Okay. Shane Lemieux. Evan Neal. Tyree Phillips. Let's see. Andrew Thomas. And who's the last guy? Ben Bredesen. We've had 10 different guys start on the offensive line for the Giants. Okay. I mean, let me see here. Hold on. Andrew Thomas. Oh, is it Thomas and Glowinski? Let me see Glowinski here. Yeah, okay. Thomas and Glowinski are the only ones that have played in all the games. Okay. Feliciano, I believe, missed the one. Okay. So we've only had 2 guys start all 12 games for the Giants. Okay. And they're not even next to one another. Right. They're on opposite sides of the line of scrimmage. One's a left tackle, one's a right guard. Okay. The Eagles, okay, which is one of the places where, this, I mean, not only they have a phenomenal offensive line, their 5 starting linemen, 5 have missed one game between all 5 of them. Okay. All right, let's see, look this down here. Landon Dickerson, a guard, has played all 12 games. Let me see here. Lane Johnson. He's a tackle. Played all 12 games. Jason Kelsey, center, all 12 games. Right? 3 guys so far haven't missed a game yet. Then we got, who we got here? Who's the other guy? Isaac Samalo. He's played all 12 games. So I've just read off 4 guys under offensive line. All 4 have played all 12 games. The only guy, where's he at? Where's the one the guy here? Did I miss him? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Jordan Mailata. He missed 1 game. So they're starting 5 offensive linemen. Have only missed 1. One guy missed 1 game. So out of 5, so out of a possible 60 games, okay, that could be started between all 5. If each 5 started 12 games, 5 times 12 is 60. They played 59 out of 60 games. Okay. The Giants, on the other hand, have had twice as many guys in there, So, I mean, it's, you can say what it is and injuries and this, next man up. Well, that's all cute, fine, and fancy and all that stuff. And, but, injuries are huge. I mean, now I said, not only did the Eagles have a phenomenal team, very, very good lineup, but I mean, their offensive line, they played 12 games, basically, all 12 of them, gelling together. The Giants, it's like a match unit. Who's in this week? Who's out? Right? Who's starting here? Who's starting? Right? So, and the Giants, I think they called up. I think they called up Zion Gilbert again. I believe it is. Let's see here. Where did they call up? Ryder Anderson and Zion Gilbert. Yeah, they called up from the practice squad again. So Zion did a decent job, okay, but he's like, he's a practice squad guy. So we're going to have a practice squad guy out there running around trying to cover either DeVonta Smith or A.J. Brown, right? Meanwhile, we're going to have Slay and Bradbury pretty much shutting down probably Darius Slayton. I mean, I can't maybe shutting down, but doing a nice job probably on Slayton and whoever else we're going to have out there, So, yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, the Eagles get a lot of sacks. They get a lot of pressure, and they're very good in coverage. The Giants are going to have a tough time. All right. And then the thing that the only kind of saving grace, I guess, what you could say, which you kind of hoping was maybe they would have, maybe Giants might have Saquon, but now he's got his neck problem. He's still dealing maybe with the shoulder injury. So maybe that's why the past 5 weeks or so his numbers have kind of plummeted a little bit. I don't know how long he's been dealing with this neck issue. I said ever since, with the shoulder problem. Right. And then on defense, I mean, the Giants are just going to, you can't give up any big plays, right? You got to make the Eagles march down the field, give them 10, 12, 13 play drive, whatever it is to make them score. Right. But I mean, you can certainly see without a doubt. I mean, the Giants have won the last 2 times at home against the Eagles, which is fantastic. All right. But I mean, you can certainly see where the Giants have an uphill battle in this game. All right. Without question. The Giants without their best weapon or without a bunch of our best receivers. Right. The Eagles, I said, pretty much are not hurt at all. I mean, the Giants have a hard time. I mean, I hope not, as I despise the Eagles, but I can certainly see without question, the Eagles wind up winning by at least double digits. I mean, 31-17, 30-17, something like that. I think the Giants have a hard time keeping the Eagles out of like 4 touchdown territory. 28 points or 30 or something like that. I just. I hope I'm wrong because I said I absolutely hate the Eagles. Now, we did a very good job last year we only gave up 7 points last year, okay? But we also had a lot of turnovers. The last play of the first half, they decided to go, instead of kicking a field goal, okay, they decided to go for it. And Tate Crowder intercepted a pass on Jalen Hurts, okay, which stopped the drive. I forgot where they were. They were at like the 10-yard line, somewhere around, maybe inside the 10. And I think they wanted to go for a pass. Maybe they were trying to go for a quick pass and it was incomplete. Then maybe they'd have time to kick a field goal, but Tate Crowder intercepted it and ran the clock out. Okay. So, but we got turnovers. We got some pressure on Jalen Hurts and we got turnovers. If the Giants are going to have a chance, Giants got to get turnovers. Okay. And as I said, we can't give the Eagles anything. Can't give them any points, right? Can't give them those stupid freaking John Feliciano penalties, nothing like that. We have to learn from that. Okay, we can't have Daniel Jones, no strip sacks where the Eagles get the ball at the Giants' 15-yard line where they're automatically in field goal range, right? You got to make them drive the length of the field, play tough defense, and hopefully you can get some turnovers on. Getting pressure on Hurts would help. That's going to help, okay? If we get Azeez, okay, and Kayvon, right? So let's once again not forget. I don't want to say our best defensive line because I think that might have to go to Sexy Dexter this year. But our second best defensive lineman may not play, Leonard Williams. Hopefully he'll have him back for the Commanders. Okay, but it's like one of our best defensive players probably ain't going to play. Our best offensive player isn't going to play. Probably may not play. So it's tough. You can have all the determination and this and that and everything, but when your guys are not as gifted as the other team, after 60 minutes, it can show. You can be all fired up and this, that, and the other thing. Maybe after the first quarter or so, you're still in the game and stuff like that. But usually after a good 60-minute battle, the Jimmies and Joes beat the X's and O's, and I say the Eagles, almost across the board, they have the, if Sanders is in there, Sanders is a very good back, especially if we don't have Barkley. They got the better wide receivers. The quarterbacks are very, very good. If Jones had the protection that Hurts has, and if Jones had the same wide receivers that Hurts has, Jones would be doing pretty good. So, I can't give a quarterback edge to anybody, but their offensive line, without question, goes to the Eagles. The wide receivers, without question, goes to the Eagles, right? The defensive front, the Eagles are good. The Eagles got 42 sacks. The Giants don't. Okay, you can say all this about Azeez and Kayvon and blah, 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 but the Eagles get pressure, right? And they got, Ndamukong Suh, Linville Joseph. Those guys are backups, okay? And I said, and the cornerbacks. They got 2 studs of cornerbacks, which is going to really slow down the Giants. So, the Giants, are going to score any points. They're going to have to earn them. Okay, so it's not. I hope I'm wrong, but it may not be pretty tomorrow. I say like I'll be nice. I'll say 27-17 Eagles. I can certainly see where it's more than the score. I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope everybody says tomorrow, Jeff, you're a freaking idiot. You said the Eagles were going to win by double digits. Well, the Giants won by 3. You're an idiot. I hope that's what everybody says, but I can certainly say the Eagles wind up winning by at least 2 scores here. So anyway, guys, it's been 35 minutes. Anybody at all spent any time watching this? I greatly appreciate it. Or anybody spends any time at all watching the replay of this, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be back again tomorrow night about the same time, and we will review the Giants and the Eagles game, which is week 14, right? So, and as always, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys stay safe out there, and as always, go